6-phosphate. Okay. Galactose 6-phosphate. No, it is galactose 1-phosphate. Galactose-phosphorylated at carbon number 1. Interacted with the UDD glucose. UDD glucose. So galactose 1-phosphate is toxic. Galactose 1-phosphate is toxic. If accumulated in liver, will cause hepatomegaly, cirrhosis, and hypoglycemia. So elevation of this compound in liver will lead to hepatomegaly. Okay, hepatomegaly, and also increasing the excretion of insulin from the pancreas, and the elevation of insulin secretion will lead to hypoglycemia. So the blood glucose level will decrease. Why? Because of high insulin. Okay. So UDP glucose interact with the galactose 1-phosphate, the enzyme which catalyze this reaction, galactose 1-phosphate, uridyl transferase. Glucose 1-phosphate, uridyl transferase. So galactose 1-phosphate will convert it to UDP galactose. Galactose and glucose are epimers. Epimer.
Yes.
Carbon number 4, yes? So epimerase enzyme. Epimerase enzyme will convert the UDP galactose to its epimer. And glucose to glucose 1-phosphate. So different phases, maybe uronic acid pathway. Look, uronic acid pathway, uronic acid pathway, it shows 1-phosphate pathway. So different, or the uronic acid pathway. Is glycogen synthesis. So different phases, glycolysis. So different phases depending on our biological condition. Okay. So this is the metabolism of galactose. Very simple. So galactose converted to glucose. Must convert it to glucose. Okay. There is another enzyme which can phosphorylate galactose or convert galactose directly to UDP galactose. This enzyme is only active after 5 years, 4 years. So in neonates or children under than 4 years, this enzyme is absent. It is pyrophosphorylase. UDP galactose pyrophosphorylase. So pyrophosphorylase is absent in children less than 5 to 4 years. Okay? Okay. So this enzyme is absent under 5 years old. Is absent in the children under 5 to 4 years old. Okay? Galactokinase deficiency, clinically significant, hexokinase deficiency, galactokinase deficiency. Is it genetic disease? So the galactokinase is absent. Galactokinase is absent. When the galactokinase is absent, galactose elevated by aldose reductase will converted to galactitose. Galactitose similar in physical and chemical properties to sorbitol, so will lead to cataract. So eye cataract causes eye cataract. Second is the absence of the galactose 1-phosphate uridine transferase. Second is the classical galactosemia. Classical galactosemia. What is the classical galactosemia? Galactose 1-phosphate uridine transferase is absent. This led to elevation of galactose 1-phosphate. Galactose 1-phosphate will accumulate in liver. So cirrhosis in the liver, hepatomegaly. And also elevating the insulin secretion from the pancreas. Hypoglycemia. So it is a rare genetic disease. Okay. Galactose 1-phosphate uridine transferase. It's a rare genetic disease. Okay. So galactose is very important in synthesis of milk. Yes, mammary gland. At the same time, the ingested galactose must be catabolized. Converted to glucose. Glucose. So the fate of galactose is glucose. So glucose will be used in different pathways. Okay? So this is the metabolism of galactose. Fructose. Fructose. Fructose catabolized by fructokinase to fructose 1-phosphate, and can also be catabolized by hexokinase to fructose 6-phosphate, and entering glycolysis or gluconeogenesis. Okay, so different pathways, gluconeogenesis to the glycolysis, different pathways. So the fructose 1-phosphate also has the medical consequences when elevated. Has the effects, bad effects or medical complications on liver or and also hypoglycemia. So when elevated will lead to hypoglycemia. Why? Because fructose 1-phosphate stimulating excretion of insulin. Yes, but the galactose 1-phosphate has more severe effects on liver than the fructose 1-phosphate. Okay, so hepatomegaly caused by galactose 1-phosphate more than in case of elevation of fructose 1-phosphate. So harmful effect more in case of galactose 1-phosphate. Okay, the fructose 1-phosphate will hydrolyze it by aldolase B enzyme. So there is aldolase in glycolysis. This class is aldolase B to dihydroxy acetone phosphate. This glyceraldehyde without phosphate is glyceraldehyde. Glyceraldehyde is glyceraldehyde. So no phosphate group will be phosphorylated by triose kinase. Triose kinase. So it's 3 carbons, so it's triose. ATP to ADP and converted to glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates. And the glycolysis, gluconeogenesis, whatever. Okay. Glycogen synthesis or triacylglycerol glycerol synthesis. Triacylglycerol glycerol synthesis. This is the chemical structure of glyceraldehyde, yes? 3 phosphate. This is a 3 phosphate. 1. Glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. So can be dephosphorylated. It can be dephosphorylated and can be acylated. Okay. This is the glyceraldehyde can be reduced. H2OH, HOH, CH2OH. B. Acylation. Phospholipid. Dephosphorylation. Acylation. Acyl. Tri-acyl is glycerol. So the metabolism of fructose, a high ingestion of fructose may lead to adiposis, more than in case of glucose. Why? Because number one, fast metabolism. So in case of glucose, many steps. before formation of glyceraldehyde triphosphate. In case of fructose, only 2 steps. 1, 2. And no regulatory enzyme. So in case of glucose metabolism by glycolysis, we have regulatory enzyme, hexokinase and phosphoroctokinase 1. So phosphoroctokinase 1 can be activated, can be inhibited. So the velocity of reactions or the pathway can be inhibited. This pathway cannot be inhibited. No regulatory enzyme. So fast catabolism. Fructose, fast catabolism to adipose tissue, to triacidic result. In case of glucose, there is a regulatory enzyme, glucokinase, hexokinase, and fructose 6-phosphate to 1,6 fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. So this is the regulatory enzyme. Enzyme can be inhibited, can be activated. But in this case, no regulatory enzyme and no regulatory enzyme cannot be regulated. So every molecule of fructose we ingest will be fastly catabolized. Low ATP consumption, high fructose, high adipose tissue. Okay? لكن في حالة السبورت والglyceraldehyde triphosphate will entering the glycolysis. So high fructose, low physical activity, high probability for adiposis. Okay, so fastly catabolized. Clinical significance of fructose metabolism. Clinical significance. Number one, fructose highly in high concentration present in testes. Okay, and the prostate. So it is used, so fructose is the major source of sperm energy. So any deficiency in fructose may lead to male infertility. Male infertility. Okay, so male infertility. Therefore, food supplementers used for treatment of male infertility in its structure or in its constituent, in its content, there is fructose. So multivitamin أحيانا نشوفها في الصيدليات used for treatment of male infertility type of composition fructose. Why fructose? Because it is the prepared source of energy for sperm production, spermatogenesis. Number two, aldolase B deficiency. Aldolase B deficiency, it is hereditary. So, hereditary meaning genetically, yes, hereditary fructose tolerance. What is the affected enzyme? It is aldolase B deficiency or mutation. So the defective enzyme is aldolase B. So aldolase B absent will lead to accumulation of fructose 1 phosphate. So fructose 1 phosphate will accumulate and will lead to elevation of high probability of hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia. And may lead to also to elevation of liver enzymes in plasma due to destruction of hepatocytes. So when hepatocyte is destructed, the content of hepatocytes will discharge to the plasma. So we can diagnose the hepatomegaly and liver cirrhosis by estimation of liver enzymes in the plasma. Any destruction to hepatocytes, the content of cytoplasm of hepatocytes will be discharged to the plasma. Okay. Okay. This is the metabolism of fructose. So two pathways by which fructose metabolizes. Hexokinase, and hexokinase has lower affinity for fructose than fructokinase. So most of fructose catabolized by fructokinase. Low quantity will catabolize it by or phosphorylated by hexokinase. So most of fructose catabolism will be by this pathway, fructose to fructose 1 phosphate, not fructose 6 phosphate. Very low quantity will in this pathway. So most by this pathway, formation of glyceraldehyde. And the glyceraldehyde is the substrate for triacylglycerol synthesis. So, this tissue will be elevated by high ingestion of fructose. But the absorption of fructose from intestine is slower than the absorption of galactose and glucose. But why? Because of mechanism of absorption. So fructose will absorb it by
transport 5.
facilitated, but it is not by secondary active transport, as in case of galactose and glucose. So galactose and glucose absorb fastly than the absorption of fructose. But high fructose in cytoplasm will lead to adipose tissue synthesis fastly than in case of glucose. Okay. This glycogen synthesis.